Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you this beautiful Mensinger Birdy. As you can see, it's the shape of a Gibson Firebird. The story about this guitar is that a couple of months ago we had to do a couple of gigs, well, quite a few gigs in a row, and my band, Project 80, we play some dark, heavy versions of new wave songs that were released in the 80s. So that's what we do. We usually play in like dark underground venues, really cool. It's very moody, very, as I said, very dark. The stage is a bit obscure and we use projections. So yeah, we want everything to be sort of black. And I got quite a few guitars, but I didn't have a black guitar that really fitted the style of music we play and the environment that we play. So I called Adrian from Mensinger and asked him, have you got something totally black that is not a traditional kind of shape in the workshop? Because sometimes they do have stuff that I don't know about. It's not always on their website and I don't always get all the information. So he replied and said, yeah, we just finished a Birdy, a black one, and it's available. So I said, yep, that's exactly what I need. He shipped it over and he came in and totally blew me away. I mean, I've talked about Mensinger guitars before. They are absolutely fantastic. They are custom shop guitars. They are built in Poland. I think it's a small operation and I think they produce around 1,000 guitars a year. So it's not a one-man job, but it's still not a production line factory. So it's all done by hand. I've seen some of the videos of the workshop and it's really hands-on craftsmanship. This one is sort of like a raw finish. You can still see the grain of the wood. If the camera would pick it up, I think it does. It's got the traditional like Firebird raised center bit of the guitar. Let me quickly run you through the specs. The body is made of ash. The neck is hard rock maple. The fretboard is, I think, Indian rosewood, East Indian rosewood. The pickups are from Housel. They use Housel a lot. A lot of builders here in Europe do, and it's a German pickup builder. And if you have the chance to try them, I mean, they're really good. Good thing with Housel, and I think I've experienced the same thing with bare knuckle, is that you can just write them, shoot them an email, and ask them about what you would like to have in the pickups, and they will advise you a specific type of pickup. That's really helpful. It's got a 3-way toggle switch, pretty standard. Up is the bridge, down is the neck, so it's a bit like the other way around. I always use the bridge pickup for this band. Block acrylic stripe inlays and chrome tuners. So a pretty conventional build, considering the woods and the hardware. But man, the build quality is, as always with Mensinger, through the roof. And I think every guy who does a setup in the factory has got his own preferences on how high he wants the action to be and all this. Every time I receive a guitar from Mensinger, the setup is exactly to what I want. This means a really low action, because for my other bands I do quite some legato and I like the action really low. I try to use a light touch on in my left hand. The necks are always dead straight with just a tiny bit of relief, and it's not even 0.5 millimeter. So to me, perfect. And so the action can be really low and the notes never. Even you can hear that when I bend the higher E string, there's still some room, although the action is really low. The height of the pickups, perfect. I mean, intonation, spot on. There's absolutely nothing to complain. I mean, the fret ends are just fantastic. The fingerboard is slightly rolled, but ever so slightly. It's got a 0 fret as well, so that helps with the tuning. I mean, I really love this guitar. This is the perfect guitar for the band that I'm in. It ticks all the boxes, and I love that satin finish on the neck as well. I'm not sure if you've seen that in the previous time I turned the guitar over. So, and then another thing that really helps is when I practice. I mean, you tend to use the same guitar to practice because it's comfortable and your hands know exactly where everything is. But I think that if you do this with the same guitar over and over again, hours and hours every day, and every day of the week, you might build up some tension in your body because you're always doing the same small movements and you're in the same position. Now with a Firebird or a Birdy, the shape of the guitar is slightly different, like with an SG, and the neck is a bit more to the left. So on a Strat style guitar, my 12th fret is there, and here the 12th fret is there. So it's sort of like 3 frets more to the left. That means when I'm practicing, I have to stretch out a bit more to the left, and I'm slightly altering my body position to practice the same stuff on this guitar as I do on other guitars, which I think helps in not being in the same position all the time, every day, all of the days. So I alternate between my other guitars and this guitar for practicing, and every time I pick up this guitar I have to adjust a bit to the slightly more to the left position of my left hand, but it's really smooth and comfortable, and it only takes me like 15 seconds to get used to that new position, and I feel there's a different pressure, there's different tension in my left arm and probably the rest of my body as well, because I have to shift everything to the left a bit, and I think that's a good thing, not being in the same position all the time, every day. The other thing with this guitar is that it sits a bit higher on your lap. I think the camera might be slightly too high for that, but standard Strat sits a bit lower on my lap. This sits a bit higher, so it's a bit easier to get access to the strings without having to put something under my right foot. So that's different as well, and every time it's different, I think it's a good thing. Check their website. I think in Europe you have to go to publicpeace.be. I will link the website below. They've got really top quality instruments for really good prices. I've never had any issues with any of the Mensinger guitars in the shop, ever. And I had dozens of guitars coming through the shop. They were always fantastic. There you go. Have a look on their website, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.